they are gold medal winners, Olympic champions. KWQC's Fran Riley explains the two young men you are about to meet certainly know how to carry their own weight.
Buckle up. It is weightlifting time.
Lift.
Kevin Schmieder.
Lift. Down. Press. Okay, rest it.
And Jason Halkias are weightlifters.
Obviously makes me stronger physically and mentally.
The two Special Olympics athletes who shine in both the bench press and the deadlift. Marie Randall is their coach and says weightlifting requires quite a bit of mental preparation.
It does take a certain amount of ability to think it through, to know what they're going to do.
At the Special Olympics in Iowa City earlier this year, Kevin struck gold, deadlifting 185 pounds in his division. The key to his success:
flex, think straight.
18, 19.
Jason and Kevin have tremendous work ethic and understand that oftentimes the hours spent in the gym translate into success during a competition.
You have to start slow and build your way up. Every practice, I go up about 15 pounds on some of these machines.
These gold medals are a tribute to their athletic accomplishments. Medals emblazoned with the words skill, courage, sharing, and joy. This story goes above and beyond lifting weights and winning medals. It's proof that special needs athletes can compete and succeed when given the opportunity.
Athletes have the ability to do whatever they want to do, and they can be successful. Lift. Down. Looks good.
Don't underestimate us.
And I love that soundbite, and I chose specifically to put it at the end of the story because Jason really leaves you with a lot of food for thought. Don't underestimate us because we can do this, and we can do it very successfully.
Good for them. And they've won a lot of medals. You've got one here?
Yeah, this is just one, and they've won in several different types of events, too. Shot put. There have been some events in the wintertime that they won in as well. They were deadlifting there about 115 pounds the day that we shot that, and their work ethic, as I mentioned, is tremendous. They will work out just to warm up before they even start weightlifting. They'll work out on like 11 or 12 different machines.
Wow.
Kevin, you can do that.
Yeah, right. Absolutely not. Work ethic, very important. That's very cool to see.
Awesome. And they've been doing this for quite a while.
Yeah, Jason's been off and on since about 1995, and Kevin originally started up in the Dubuque area, and both of them, as a matter of fact, I think Kevin may work with your son, he told me. So.
Oh, at HIV.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's awesome. Well, good for them. And, yesterday during the Olympics, I don't know if you guys saw it, but the gentleman from South Africa, who's a double amputee, was able to make it to the Olympics.
Made it
and he
to the
wasn't, which was really awesome. And that gives inspiration to folks around the world with disabilities, as do these two young men in the Quad Cities.
Very inspiring. I really enjoyed it out there the other day.
All right, nice job, Fran. Well, to watch today's story or any of Fran's features, you can visit our website. Click on the Fran Riley Features icon right there on the home page. You can also submit story ideas for Fran there as well. All right, if you want to watch the most recent of Fran's features, all you have to do is go to our website, click on the news drop box, and then you'll see the Fran Riley Features tab there. You can also submit your story ideas for Fran in that very same place. And we want to give you an update on someone who was the subject of one of Fran's features back in 2012. This is Jason Halkias in his recent performance at the Iowa Special Olympic Winter Games. Jason spent about 5 weeks practicing at the River's Edge in Davenport for his performance last week in Dubuque. At one point during his performance, there was a problem with his music. Jason had to then start completely over, but he did so without missing a beat and earned himself a gold medal for his performance. And he's kind of a jack of all trades, Fran, because you did a story on him in 2012 when he was weightlifting.
Yeah, we were up at the North Y, and he was deadlifting and doing all of that sort of thing. And he's just got an engaging personality, and the Special Olympians. And the music doesn't work out quite right, you keep on going anyway,
Yeah,
Eric.
he got to start over, and he thought that was cool.
And that's great. A gold medal. I mean, we just have to take a moment to congratulate him for that.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's excellent.
And I was looking at the script from when we did the story about his weightlifting, and the medals that they get say, skill, courage, sharing, and joy. And that's what this is all about. And that's what he exudes. Yeah.
Yes, he does. And we want to thank you, Jason, for sharing your video with us. It's
Yeah.
always nice to catch up on, people that we've talked about recently.
Yeah, that's
here.
why I love interviewing these people. Yeah.
All right, nice job.
Anyone who's never been here, I want you to know that Dubuque is a very fun place. Whether or not you're an athlete or a coach, this is a very fun place. That's why I love coming here. It's like no other place I've been to on anywhere on the Special Olympics calendar.
What do you like most about it?
Well, I really love this arena right here. I love the hotel, and I love the area where we have dinner. But most of all, interacting with the people I love the best, and those, of course, are my fellow athletes and the coaches.
To have my own skates, it's actually a better feeling. These actually are more comfortable skates. I mean, nothing against the skates here in Dubuque compared to the ones back in Davenport, which feel a little more awkward. But these feel really comfortable, considering that I bought them online. They're actually very more comfortable than I expected.
Athletes from across the state are in Dubuque this week to compete in the Special Olympics Iowa Winter Games. Hundreds of athletes are competing in events like downhill skiing, figure skating, and snowshoeing.
But KCRG TV9's Dubuque Bureau Chief Katie Wiedemann says tonight's opening ceremony celebration was also a crowd favorite.
Well, it's a big old party here at the Grand River Center as more than 350 athletes gear up for this week's big competition.
These are the moments that define any athlete, being honored for their hard work and achievements. But for Special Olympics athletes, the moments they'll experience this week will highlight their entire year.
That makes me feel happy to do it.
The colder weather forced this year's opening ceremony parade indoors. That change in plans didn't stop anyone from enjoying themselves.
Our athletes don't always get the spotlight. They don't always have that light shown on them and the attention on them. So it's an opportunity for them to really be the center of attention.
I like dancing.
Dancing?
My favorite spend time with my friends.
And while the sports competitions are certainly the main event, athletes say this party keeps them coming back year after year.
I have been doing Special Olympics since 2010. So it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
Organizers say for every athlete who is here, there's a volunteer behind them working extremely hard. They tell us without all of those volunteers, this whole event would never happen. In Dubuque, Katie Wiedemann, KCRG TV9 News.
The Special Olympics Iowa Winter Games continue tomorrow and Wednesday. Events are happening at the Mystique Ice Arena, Camp Albrecht Acres, and Sundown Mountain.
Another reason, it just shows you how people have been able to evolve and grow by taking part. In the Children's Therapy Center, Heidi, nice to see you. Victor, good to see you. We got, come on over here, we got Jason and we got Felicia. How you doing? It is a little over $1,000 from QC Karaoke Meetup. Let's hear it, another $1,000. Actually, another two, because they got $7 above that. Tell me a little bit about this, Heidi. Where did this money come from?
This is a group I started 3 years ago, and we have over 250 members, and we have sponsors in our local community. Originally, it was started for the venues to get good business and us to have support as being singers. And then it just grew to be so large that I had to benefit something good. And I chose Children's Therapy Center for that.
Oh, and Victor, I mean, $1,000, that's quite a contribution. How were you able to do that?
Well, we do a lot of, like you said, the kamikaze karaoke's and just the good spirit of the bar owners and all the venues that we go to. And, of course, all the participants there, they just very willingly donate money to our cause. So
I got it. Kamikaze karaoke. What is that? I don't know that.
Kamikaze karaoke, it's basically like a roulette, sort of like a Russian roulette or just chance karaoke. And whatever the singer picks, is what they end up singing. They don't get to pick themselves. It's just random.
And what happens if it's like me and I have absolutely no skill at singing at all? Do you usually ask me not to go on the stage, or do you encourage me to make a fool of myself?
Everybody's welcome. It's all about fun.
And you guys, you're holding the check great. What does this money mean for you?
Well, it means a lot, to support a great cause. And I became associated with them early last year because I've been loving singing karaoke for several years. So to be a part of their group to help support a great cause, that means a lot.
Well, let's hear it once again. QC Karaoke Meetup, $1,007. Thank you guys so very, very much. I want to toss it over now to Julie right now. While you're with her.
We're not going to stop right here. Come on, right over here. You can go right to the left. Careful with that heavy check, my friend. All right, now come on up here. What is your name?
Name's Jason.
Jason.
Felicia.
And Felicia. And you have a check here for $1,234. How did you raise that money?
Well, through the QC Karaoke Meetup, and by the way, we are here on behalf of the group's founders, Heidi and Victor. They couldn't be here, but in any event, this group's been around for 4 years. And mainly the money that we are donating comes through the venues that we have been at. The members of the group, there are over 300, and various patrons. And at the meetups themselves, we have raffles, and we also have a really fun method, our kamikaze karaoke. And for those of you who don't know, that is a type of karaoke in which a person randomly draws a song.
You don't know what song you have?
They don't know. And whatever song they pick, that's what they end up singing. It's a lot of fun.
I want to be a part of that. You guys are fantastic for raising that money. Thank you to both of you. $1,234. Thank you. Right this way, and we'll get... Oh, I know this young man. I know this young man.
WHBF is local for Durant and local for you. This is Local 4 News at 10.
Well, my suggestion, turn up your TV nice and loud to truly enjoy this Go For It. This is a first for us, and I decided to treat you by not doing this one. It's a karaoke challenge. Elliot and Jason, take the microphone. Enjoy.
All right, I am at Azteca 4 in Davenport. I've got quite the Go For It challenge on my hands today. I am with Jason. And Jason, I've heard through the grapevines that you have quite the singing pipes.
Absolutely. I mean, a broad range. I don't care the artist. I don't care the generation. And that's how broad I am. Just to be in particular, I've sung songs by more than 300 different artists and in 10 different decades. And the number of songs is getting close to 550.
I'm already a little nervous about this Go For It. Jason looks like he means business, and I'm not sure what I got myself into, but let's find out. Let's go for it.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me. Saying get back together and come back and see me. 3 days since I'm living through. I realize it's on my phone, but gonna tell you yesterday you've forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry. Hope to know what you're doing. The way you stop thinking, you think you're looking at Aquaman. I start with this to the dish. I know I like this challenge, but I like this music. I've never done it right. That how like you're happy when I was right. Think that I get right because I'm all about value. Let's watch TV at home on the Robbie.
All right, 2 very good performances, but Jason, I think yours was a lot better than mine. But what was the key to just nailing that Bare Naked Lady song?
Key is experience. I can remember a couple of years ago, before I first did that, I couldn't nail that song at all. But I do remember I can enunciate very well.
What was going through your head when you were about to step up there and belt out that tune?
Nothing really. I wasn't nervous. I mean, after all, I've been doing this for more than 5 years.
You heard it from the champ. He has experience. He's got talent. He's got everything to make this karaoke a smashing success. Thank you very much for being with me, Jason.
Great job, guys. Jason's terrific, and John Paul, George, Ringo, and Elliot. Nice job by those guys, too.
Elliot did a pretty good job, but he's got some singing background.
He does. He's fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you should not be embarrassed. No. Thanks, Jay.
Well, still to come, Chief Meteorologist Andy McRae has a look at our 10-day forecast.
You're watching Local 4 News at 10.
Find WHBF TV on Facebook and become a fan today.
After all, I really hadn't played tennis in some time. A long time ago, I did play with a broken arm, but that's a long story and it makes no sense. I was like 11 or something. Enough of that broken arm story. You're up, Jason. Jason from Davenport says, let's play some tennis. So we'll do that. But Jason's a huge sports fan. We were talking sports a moment ago. Who's going to win the World Series this year?
Everyone wants to hear this. The Cubs.
Think they're that good? They're looking amazing.
Yes, they are.
Who are your favorite teams? Who do you like?
The Cubs are one of them, but I also like the Yankees and the Mets.
All right. How about the NBA playoffs? Any thoughts there?
Definitely either the Cavs or the Warriors. I'd have to say it'll go 7 games between those two.
Pick one.
I'd say by 1 point, the Warriors.
How about tennis? How often do you get out here and play?
Well, couple of months a year practicing. In fact, being a Special Olympics athlete, I'm actually competing in tennis this week in Ames. And I've been competing for since 1995, on and off.
Very, very impressive. Jason, any thoughts on my tennis game?
Well, you did good. I think you've got potential.
You're being awfully kind, but you play against some of the top-tier players, you're telling me.
I do, and but I admit it's tough, but I can give it my all.
Jason, great job. We played 5 games. Jason won all 5 games. He gave it his all to me, that's for sure. And we certainly wish him all the best in Ames this week.
But he said you had potential, so.
Yes, I got potential. I'll go with it.
You know, you're going against an Olympian. It's tough stuff.
Correct.
Thanks, Jake.
Always good to get the coach's eye, no doubt about it. You know, I wasn't really sure how this challenge was going to go. After all, I hadn't played tennis in a long, long time. But enough of my excuses. Jason, you're up. Let's battle it out. Jason from Davenport says, let's play some tennis. So we'll do that. But Jason's a huge sports fan. We were talking sports a moment ago. Who's going to win the World Series this year?
Everyone wants to hear this. The Cubs.
Think they're that good? They're looking amazing.
Yes, they are.
Who are your favorite teams? Who do you like?
The Cubs are one of them, but I also like the Yankees and the Mets.
All right. How about the NBA playoffs? Any thoughts there?
Definitely either the Cavs or the Warriors. I'd have to say it'll go 7 games between those two.
Pick one.
I'd say by 1 point, the Warriors.
How about tennis? How often do you get out here and play?
Well, couple of months a year practicing. In fact, being a Special Olympics athlete, I'm actually competing in tennis this week in Ames. And I've been competing for since 1995, on and off.
Very, very impressive. Jason, any thoughts on my tennis game?
Well, you did good. I think you've got potential.
You're being awfully kind, but you play against some of the top-tier players, you're telling me.
I do, and but I admit it's tough, but I can give it my all.
And Jason gave it his all against me, that's for sure. We played 5 games. He won all 5, and we wish him the best of luck in Ames this week.
We certainly do. And you're both better than me, if that makes you feel any better.
You held your own, Jay.
Thank you. The Cubs lost, the White Sox are losing, and the Cardinals are losing in the ninth, so I end with some sour news there.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jay.
Mark, thanks so much. The competitive heat is on, breaking through the chill of yet another frigid winter this week. 2-day Special Olympics Winter Games kicking off today with more than 350 athletes convening on the tri-state area for competition on the snow, ice, and mountain. Okay, WWL's Shirley Descobath taking in the action in Dubuque all day, and she has the story tonight.
Go!
The winter weather can't stop these athletes from taking part in some friendly competition.
What I think is cool is that we get to compete against people like our own age, and we're just gonna have a whole lot of fun.
We can come out in the winter and have fun and meet new friends.
More than 300 adults and children from around the states here in Dubuque competing in the Special Olympics Iowa Winter Games.
I am taking part in a figure skating preliminary preparing for the actual competition tomorrow.
For many of the Olympians with disabilities, this is a chance to show what they can do, like this mother-daughter duo, Elka and Sonia.
You have over 200 medals, I know.
With a little patience and effort, Sonia's abilities are more than noticeable.
It also shows their capabilities. There's much more in the special needs child or adult that the average person thinks there is.
And for some athletes, this sporting event is about their passion.
It's just so fun, so passionate. I don't know, I just love doing it, you know.
In Dubuque, Shirley Descobath, News 7 KWWL.
Best of luck to all the athletes. The Winter Games continues tomorrow with finals in each sport. Alpine skiing is also taking place at Sundown Mountain.